I wish that I could go back in time and tell my 22-year-old self who had no idea what she wanted to do that I've gone so incredibly mega viral, that I've been seen by millions of people, that I've been featured on TV, have had several articles written about me. Some of my personal favorite artists have all validated my talent by liking my content. Teddy Swims, SZA, Mario, Questloves, Janae Aiko, all because I decided that I was worth being seen. If you're a creative woman who has a lot of ambition and drive, you know you're meant for this big, expansive life. Maybe you know you want to, or at least you should, start showing what you can do on social media. But self-doubt, lack of consistency, family members judging you or not understanding you, imposter syndrome, perfectionism are all holding you back from actually starting, then this is the video for you. About 8 years ago, I moved to LA for the music scene. I was a high school music teacher and it was cool, but I just knew that it wasn't the life that I wanted in my future. And a litmus test for me is if I look at whoever's world class at whatever I'm doing, if I look at their life and how it ended up, would I want my life to look like that? If the answer is yes, then I'll keep pursuing it. If the answer is no, then I need to pursue something else. So I moved to LA and my plan was to get an office job and when I wasn't working, work on my music. I was already gigging and performing out here a little bit already, so I thought I would just make the move and figure it out. But it turns out when you are working a soul-sucking office job, you don't have a lot of energy left to actually create. So what ended up happening is I would spend my nights and weekends trying to rest and or escape the life that I was living, and I wasn't really taking the time to make space for creativity to the level that I wanted it to be at. And I've always been someone who's very ambitious, very driven, very creative, but at the time I was just so lost and confused and I didn't know what direction to put my energy in. And because I didn't have that clarity, I just became so depressed. And I remember I would go to functions and, you know, you in LA and in the music scene, you trade Instagrams. And I just remember looking at my following and looking at my content and being embarrassed that it didn't really represent who I was or what I could do. But at the same time, I really wasn't taking the steps to put myself out there and create a following. And I was just so filled with self-doubt. Or I would work on something and I'd be like, that's not really who I am. It's not good enough. It's not good enough. It's not good. And then I would never post it. And it was a really discouraging time. And it seems so silly to say, but I kind of realized, in order to be in the content creation space and be a content creator, you actually have to post your content. So, I committed to consistency. And for almost a year, I was putting out videos on YouTube, posting on Instagram super consistently. And I still wasn't really gaining any followers. I had like maybe 2,500 followers on Instagram and it felt like such a chore. Honestly, the whole process was just so miserable and unsustainable because if you hate what you're doing, you're not going to be able to do it long term. I remember the first time that one of my videos on TikTok got over 100,000 views. And because I was in such a negative mindset, I didn't even take the time to celebrate it. My friend was so nice. She made me a cake because she knew how hard I was trying to grow on socials. And in my head, I was just like, it's not good enough. I need every video to be like that. I just was so cruel to myself and just made the whole process so excruciatingly agonizing. I wanted to quit so many times, but I also was like, well, what else am I supposed to do? I don't see any other job in the corporate world that I actually want to do. I got a health coaching certification and then I started doing health stuff. I made a whole health YouTube channel and I just knew that it wasn't my true passion, but I had to do something. But I kept posting content. But after about 3 years of trying and failing, I took 6 months off. I quit my job that was absolutely sucking the life out of me and I got a different job that was more in line with what I wanted to do and also allowed me to have more time. And I just started approaching content from a completely different headspace. I was more authentic. I listened to my creative impulses and I created immediately. I knew that self-doubt and shame and guilt for not being further than I wanted to be was simply ineffective. And as I started to master my emotions and apply apply those emotional skills to content creation. And as I got more in tune with my personal power and who I really was, my personal brand, and started to really show who I was and come from a place that was giving instead of needing to get all the time, get more followers, get more likes, but really just sharing who I was and what I stood for and who I am, my socials just started to grow. And I actually started to enjoy the process without that voice that's constantly saying you're not enough, you're not doing enough, your work isn't good enough. So really, in order to master content, a lot of it is mastering shame and that inner critic. Beyond the insane virality and being seen on national television and being signed to agencies and having all of these celebrities DM me and like my videos and the articles, even more than that is having this sense of inner peace and having a sense of purpose, knowing what my values are, and being able to use content creation as a way to personally develop, to spiritually develop, to help others, to live out my mission. My purpose in life is 3 parts. It's to witness my evolution, to see my potential realized, and to alleviate the suffering of others. And a purpose can't just live in your mind, right? It has to make its way out into the world. So how do I see my potential realized? I use content creation in order to do that. How can I alleviate the suffering of others? Through my platform, through helping other women live their biggest, most expansive life where they get paid to exist using their creative gifts and their creative talents. This is the first time in history where we have an opportunity like this, and to not take advantage of it because of self-doubt and because of lacking clarity is something that I don't want any woman to experience. Now I'm going to share with you my 3-part method for creating that clarity when it comes to creating your personal brand online. If you want to be successful, you have to let your old self die and step into a completely new identity. Your nervous system is going to have to re-regulate itself. It needs to get comfortable with being seen, with receiving hate comments, because if you're going to be successful, you will receive negative comments and hate comments. So it's getting used to that. It's understanding that. It's reframing hate comments as actually a sign that you're being successful. I've said it before, and I'll say it a million times, put having haters on your vision board, because that is one of the best signs that you're actually creating something that people are seeing beyond your friends and family. When you have this new identity, the fact that your boyfriend or your partner doesn't support you, or that your family members don't support you, or they don't get it, or your friends, that doesn't matter, because you know that your content is not for your friends and your family. Your content is for the people who need you, who are going to be inspired by you. So letting go of that judgment and that fear is a part of becoming successful and living out your dream life through your creative gifts. This is the foundational step in becoming successful, because when you have those emotional blocks and when you really don't even see yourself as a content creator, it's always going to hold you back from acting. You might be able to do it for a little while, but you will not be able to sustainably do it, and you'll be miserable the whole time. Phase 1 is stepping into that new identity. Phase 2 is putting in the reps. At the beginning of content creation, it's going to be a bit of research and development. One of the reasons that people give up is that their content isn't very good. You have to build that as a part of your expectation to know that, yeah, your content probably isn't going to be a representation of you. It probably isn't going to feel genuine at the beginning, and you're not going to really know exactly what you want to do. So you just have to do as many reps as possible so that you get comfortable in front of the camera. A lot of people get distracted with when should I post and the strategy and how many times and how can I edit this in a perfect way. Most of it is actually just being able to do the reps. It's practice, it's skill, and you can't skip this part. You are so special and you are so unique because you're you. But you're not special in the sense that you can be the one exception where you skip the part where you have to climb cringe mountain. Every single successful creator has had to do it, and you will also have to do it. So just accepting that awkward part where you don't want to post, but you post anyway, and you develop that courage to believe in yourself and know that if you get over this hump, you will find your flow and you'll find your voice, and it'll start to feel good and genuine, and you'll really start to build community and trust is such a critical part of building your dream life and prepares you for later on when you're going to have to use that same muscle, that same skill set of not knowing what to do but doing it anyway. You can apply this to so many different things, but you absolutely need it for content creation. And then the third phase is really maintaining that momentum. You cannot let up. That is why it's so important to learn how to enjoy the process and how to actually start to like it. You don't have to like every moment of it, but you can't do it from this place of misery and agony and being so results focused, because that's not sustainable. You have to find a deeper why for when you don't want to do it. Practically, that means learning how to batch content, learning how to build it into your lifestyle. I literally always walk around with a tripod because I never know when I might want to get some B-roll. I'm building it in so that it doesn't feel like this huge other task that I have to do. It's just a part of who I am, and it's a part of what I do. This is the phase where you commit. You commit to being visible. When you start to have a video that is going off, making sure that you're replying to all the comments, you're doubling down, you're building on that momentum and not letting it go. Don't self-sabotage your success by not capitalizing on when a video is doing well. Stay visible. At this phase, you're really working on sustainability that will continue on as you become a more and more successful creator. As you gain success, you don't become less visible. You don't become less consistent. You don't have less of an identity. All of these phases, they're truly the foundation of your future as a content creator. And whatever it is you want to do, you're going to have those anchors that will help you not just gain followers and likes, but really build a life, a sustainable business where you can get clients, where you can get fans. We live in such an incredible world where we can be global. I don't have to just work with clients who are in LA. I have a client right now who literally lives in Japan. What an amazing opportunity. Those are the main 3 phases that you need in order to become a successful creator. And if you're still watching, I'm very excited because I am going to be working with a small group of women who want to start this journey. If you are one of those women who knows that you're meant for more and you want to start showing up on socials, you want to be visible, you want to have a sustainable approach, you want to believe in yourself, develop that confidence, and really just get clarity on what you're meant to create, book a call and apply in the description. I'm only taking women who are ready for a full transformation. If that's you, I would love to have a conversation with you. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.